So we had both of them on the show. We know their history.
Yeah.
How'd you get into the game? Where you from?
I'm from Boston. I've been down in New York since 2011.
You a Red Sox fan?
Yeah.
It's kind of tough being in New York, a Red
I
Sox
know,
fan.
I went to Game 4 at Yankee Stadium, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, much respect to the rivalry and all of that.
You must have been happy this year, man.
Oh yeah, we're nice. The Yankees are nice.
Dominated that World
The
Series.
Yankees are gonna be good too, you know. But the Red Sox, they were just consistent the whole year. So.
Yeah.
Best team in
Enough
baseball.
Red Sox talk. How'd you get into DJing?
I've been DJing since I was like 16, and a lot of people in my town, like shout out to my boy DJ Lazy Boy. He was like an incredible DJ.
Lazy Boy.
Yeah, Lazy Boy from Boston.
I think we got him on the show in 2 weeks.
Oh really?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. Well, he went to my
Lazy
high
Boy.
school, and he made it to the DMC.
Yeah, he's
US
really
finals.
nasty. I checked him out.
Yeah. He made it to the DMC US finals back in the day, and he's just nasty. But like he pretty much he's a little older than me. When I saw him like rock this like talent show in high school, I kind of just was like all in on it. Like I always kind of had an interest of it ever since in DJing ever since I.
This guy, right?
No. That's that's funny. It's the other. Yeah.
He
spells it like but he knows that guy. That's funny. But that's not him. Respect to the other DJ Lazy Boy. But
Okay.
my man Joe, he kind of got me kind of into it. But I kind of had an interest ever since I saw Juice back in the day.
Yeah,
Like, I never
that movie put everybody
like
on.
when I was a little kid, but like I never like acted on it. And then I just kind of always did it. You know, took like on and off kinda up until about maybe 2007, 8, and then I kind of like took it a little more seriously. And then I was coming down to the city, New York City, to produce and stuff, and I kind of just wanted to move here after a while.
So it was DJing before production, or production got you?
DJing before production, and then I always kind of produced. I was doing a lot of like underground hip hop stuff, but I wanted to get more into like the club and like the pop, or just a little more commercial, like and then I was coming down to the city. I was working with my boy Noah. He was an aspiring rapper at the time. My man NSR, and like I was just hitting all the studios. Like shout out to my boy Linus, like my old New York crew from back in like 2009. And then I moved here in 2011, and I was lucky enough to be linked to a bar on the Lower East Side called Gallery Bar, and I kind of like walked into this residency there in like 2011, and I had it every Saturday night for 2 years, and that kind of kept me floating, and then then I started a couple other clubs and bars and stuff, and then around I think 2013, 14, I linked with Dalton.
Shout out 5-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Talking to the mic.
We just had our 5-year anniversary, 2013 it was.
Because I actually know or have known Dalton's business partner. Shout out to Charlie Berman. I've known him for probably 15 or 8, maybe longer than that. I've known him for a very long time. So that's kind of how I got linked into Dalton and like what he was starting to do back in 2014, right? You said
13, late 13, early 14,
yeah,
something like that.
That makes sense.
Something like that.
So and then ever since I linked with them, it was kind of a gradual thing until I started doing like the clubs that are like more lit, you know what I mean? Like so, and then like with Tao Group, and they give me a lot of work, so shout out to Tao Group, definitely. But that's all through.
I respect what Turbz did a lot, because sometimes you got to put it all on the line, and he believed in himself. He came up here with nothing. He just came up here believing in himself, and he worked hard. And now he's one of the most working DJs in the city, and everybody knows his name. And he's got records on the radio, and he's DJing all the. So
Yeah,
he's a good example.
So
for kids like
so
that.
that
He's
record.
got a good beard.
Yeah, got a great beard.
Rocking the good beard.
That record did anything for you as a DJ? Like putting you in more clubs. You got more work because of that record.
I think I got the most thing out of Litcoin. Dalton and myself, and along with Alex Morrison, we produced that record, and it was kind of fast. Like a lot of records we do take a long time before they like come out, but that record we made that beat like I remember December 18th of or 19, right?
Yep.
Last year, and it was just like a drunken kind of like studio session, and then like that beat kind of stood out. Like, and I went to Christmas break up to Boston to see my family, and we came back. I was like on the train, and then I was seeing like videos of Dalton's story, like Daytona and Midi in his house, like recording to it, and it was like fire. It was like crazy. So, and then it ended up coming out like, I think we had the first mix back on it like January 2nd.
It was out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy ride. I wouldn't say it got me like more DJ gigs, but I think it got me a little more respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In terms of producer, because, you know, people want to work with us, or, you know. But yeah, that I mean, definitely kind of, I mean, that's the biggest record like that I've done, like as far as like people playing in the clubs is like, it's fire.
Yeah, I when I first heard it, I knew it was a hit.
Yeah, like I appreciate that. Like it's
The way it starts, it starts.
It's those horns, those horns.
Yeah,
horns.
It's just it's
Can
one
we
of those
just check
things.
that mic to make sure it's on?
Oh, it's not even on. Okay.
I mean, they're picking you up.
Okay.
but
All right.
Just double checking.
Oh, okay.
We got a bunch of mics around here. Nah, it was those New York horns, man.
Yeah.
And absolutely, you know what? It might not have gotten. It definitely got Turbz more gigs because people know, like a lot of DJs. I've been doing this a long time, and you have too.
Yep.
And you can count on your hands the DJs who got hits out here. Who like
There's not many.
There's not many.
No.
And
Well, I mean that record moved quick too. Like every radio station was playing it.
Yep.
Even out of state too was playing.
hell yeah, it was dope. And then and also the follow up, man. And that's why the follow up. Last thing I was gonna say is my partner Charlie always says content is currency, and so it might not necessarily equate to dollars coming in, but just it's like he said, it makes you hotter.
Yeah, of
The
course.
hotter you get, the more opportunities come, and you never know when that call is gonna come, when Jay is gonna want to beat or you know Ferg or somebody. So it's like his name has grown a lot in the last 6 months without question. And the other thing is the follow up Have You that we dropped. You know. We wanted to make sure that we didn't come on as a one-hit wonders type situation, and
So you got storage. You got
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about
Sitting on-
the funny thing
sitting
about
on
Have You
records.
is we actually made that record 2 years ago, and it was one of those things where we kind of knew it was dope, but like at the time, like nobody was making 105 BPM.
Well, that Kanye
Yeah.
shit just came out.
Yeah,
It was
well,
perfect
yeah,
time to
and
drop
it was the same key, so like it was, and we didn't even really predict that, but
No, you can't predict that,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to save stuff like that.
exactly.
You know?
So it was kind of the same. Shout out Daytona too, because he was always like, "Yo, just like hold on, like just be patient," because we were like, "Yo, we gotta get this shit out. This is fire." But like, you know, if we dropped it back in 2016, it probably wouldn't have did. Like, you know, people wouldn't really fuck with it as much as they are. You know what I'm saying?
It's always timing.
Yeah,
patience.
exactly,
Honestly,
exactly.
one of the biggest things we learn in the music business is patience. We can't rush anything, man. Just things happen when the time is right, and we did. We sat, honestly, I think it was longer than 2 years, to be honest. I think it might have been like almost 2.5 years, and
Yeah.
finally it came out the right. We did like, he posted on his gram one day, we did like 8, it sounds crazy, but we did like 70 mixes on that record. And the cool thing about being able to DJ and produce is we get to DJ at all these clubs, so we make these records and we get to take them out to the club and try the mixes out. And there was a back and forth, and it got to the point that we got so frustrated we almost didn't even put it out, but it finally came out. And yeah, man. It's
Yeah,
cool.
and shout to Dalton too, because he was really the one that like when that record was like it was kind of like we had it, but like, you know, we got stuff going on, you know, and I think, but he was always the one being like, "Yo, we gotta put Have You out. We gotta put a Have You out." So he shout out to Dalton for really doing
Pushing,
that, you
yeah.
know, because
we got more music
people
on the
people
way,
don't
more music.
people don't understand like to finish record, like producing is like one thing, like making a beat that's like one thing, but like to take that record to the finish line, like, and like we're lucky enough to have like a good team, like, you know what I'm saying, to make it.
So how do you
Make it
go
sound
about choosing the artists that you guys work with? Do you just work with anybody? Like if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, we want you to produce our record,"
It's kind of tough, right? Because everybody's an artist now. Like,
Well,
so
well,
how do you
my-
take
actually,
someone serious?
Well, my opinion is, we don't really work with too many artists. We kind of keep our circle real tight, and I think that's kind of what makes our music unique. We're not easily accessible, and we don't fuck with everybody. Daytona and Midi happen to be two of the people we work with the most, separate from Alex Morrison and our man Slim out in Alabama. We got definitely some artists who we're grooming right now, but in general, I think sort of the same way that Drake works with 40 on everything. You know what I'm saying? And he does guest features, but 40s and Drake are. I think it's important sometimes to kind of keep your circle tight, and that's what gives. We're repping New York, and we're making New York music. So we're working with Daytona, who's a seasoned New York respected artist and people like that. So we really try to rep. And also he's from Boston too, but he's a adopted New Yorker. But we just want to make real hip hop. Whatever music we make, we want to make it real, and we don't want it to be bubblegum. And I think because we've been DJing as long as we have, it's easier for us to tell if anything is going that bubblegum way. We cut it off, and we try to stick to.
Although we do have a pop
feeling.
record though. We have a pop record like in the clip that is just like Z100 like ready.
Alex. Yeah,
Shout out to Alex Morrison's on it, but we're still trying to get like another artist on it. But that one's like super
basically,
poppy.
we got a
but-
lot of music. We're working every day on this shit. Just like it's not a hobby for us. It's a full-time job. We balance the DJing at night, and we're in the studio every day, 8 to 10 hours a day, 5-6 days a week.
So
all day, every.
how many DJs are with the Gifted program?
There's like an A roster and a B roster, somewhere around 15. Me, Juss, Turbz, Shaka, Armani C, Richie Quake, Bella, Milo. They're all DJs who we feel, but we always said we call it the Gifted program for a reason. DJs that we think have a gifted sound and also a gifted look and brand about themselves, and they're interesting, and they are not generic in any way. We try to, that's something. And it's also about, last thing I want to also bring up is Juss, separate from what we're doing. One thing I want to bring up separate is Juss is working on a film right now.
Nice.
And it's dope. And he's looking for investment for it, and he's got big. But that's not even it. I'm just saying that he's in. It wasn't a plug. But he's the way me and Turbz work on our music, separate from our DJing stuff. Juss's passion is film, and he works on that equivalently as hard. So if he wants to talk about that at all too, mention what you got going on with that.
What's it about?
Can't tell you what it's about.
Send the script though.
I'll send the script. I'll send the NDA.
You wrote the script?
Yeah. Me and my partner Kirsten. Shout out to her. We're writing for like 3 years now, and we're just looking for like investors now. But what we're doing is putting a short film together.
Yeah, put a little.
Yeah.
And he's already done a couple of those. He's already released 2 or 3 short films. So this will be his third.
So this will
Are you acting them also?
The first one I did. The last 2. Well, the last one and then this one. No, I'm not acting in it. Yeah.
Is acting something that just came about, or you did it when you were younger or something?
What, the film?
No, acting.
Oh nah. I mean, it was a movie about me. Like, so I was like, I might as well do
Yeah, of course.
acting. Yeah. But other than that, I'd rather be behind like the camera.
Yep.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
good.
so
Good
the
luck
short
with
film-
that,
yeah,
man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let me also shout out to other TGP DJs. RDO,
Yeah.
Krista Marie. Anybody else I'm forgetting?
Charlie.
Charlie Berman, our brother. Nori, his whole
There's
crew.
so many DJs, man.
Got a lot of DJs,
No,
man.
not just. I'm not just saying the Gifted program.
No,
there
there
are just
there's a
so
lot of
many
DJs.
DJs. Like, and like in New York City, it's like saturated with DJs right now.
That's why we all work hard, man. Like we take it. I still practice. You know how long I've been doing this. I still practice before
Yeah.
my gigs.
Yeah, of
I want
course.
to make because I know how many of these young gunners are out here.
I'm
trying
in
to
here
stick
every
it out
day.
from Mondays.
How
Yeah.
often do you bring in, say, new people into the roster of the Gifted program? Like, how would somebody break into the Gifted program?
I try to do it as the company grows. Like in this last 2 months, we took on 2 big new clients, and so therefore we need more DJs. I try not to take them on unless we know we can give them work.
Yep.
And how do you guys feel about like DJs undercutting the game?
I mean, I don't know. It's not really. I think
There's
it's a-
DJs that'll go work for $100 for the whole night.
Yeah, I think it's like
them
a
out.
lot
Point them
of the venues like they just lowered the rates and stuff. Cause like I remember when I started doing like the meatpacking spots, like I think a lot of like the older heads were like maybe hating on like what we were trying to do.
I think it's like New York, to be honest.
It's
man.
just New York.
Yo.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's-
I go out of town a
Yeah.
lot.
He's out of town a lot. He goes.
Yeah.
I give Just credit. He's mastered the hustle of capitalizing on what he's doing in New York. He goes out of town a lot.
But that's where the money
great
is.
at
It is, man. Like
Yeah.
Arizona, like you know what I mean? Like these places are pain, man. Like you're like, damn, and I get an opener, like I get a bottle. You know what I mean? These people are like hands on. Like you walk in, here's your drink tickets, we're gonna walk you like, yo, New York is like when you're trying to get a drink ticket, oh my God, forget about it.
It's tough.
It's rough, yo. It's rough in New York. Anyway, yo, even LA, it's like
Yeah.
they
Well-
text you, yo, what kind of bottle you want for the night? It's just like, I think that's what's missing in New York. Like, they used to care.
Well, I think
It's
from a
just-
business
the DJ.
perspective,
Yeah.
because the DJ market is so saturated,
Yeah.
the owners and the promoters of these clubs, they sort of are playing with the hand now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for them,
They
have
just
to
need
pick,
somebody to
you
play
know,
music.
and they're not
you know?
making
And
the money they
there's
used
so
to be,
many
either.
really good DJs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of crap out there, but there's so many really
And we're
good
all playing
DJs,
the
so
same
it's-
records.
And we're all playing the same records.
Unfortunately, though, the wow factor has fallen off. I think I even said this the last time I was here. I used to love, man, going out to see Ronson, A-Track.
Yeah, there's
Free,
nothing like that no more.
AM. Like, I would go out and I would go home and I'll be like, shit, I suck, man. I'd be like, I suck, you know, because these guys were so amazing.
But it would
They made me
motivate
wanna get
you,
better.
yeah.
And now, you know, I go out and I'm just like, I go home and I'm like, I still practice because I want to be the best I can be. But it definitely has. The wow factor has dropped off a little bit in New York, but you know, it can always come back. I do think the clubs should understand that when you pay DJs more, it makes DJs show up with a better attitude, and it makes you just DJ the whole night with a better vibe instead of
Yes.
feeling resented. You don't want DJs to feel resented while they're working or any job. You
Yeah.
don't want anybody to be at work feeling resented. You want people to feel they're valued.
I'm gonna record this part and I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? I seen a meme because it was the holiday came, the Halloween holiday, and they were giving out $1,000 costume reward, and I guarantee you the DJ was not getting anywhere near $1,000 for that night. The guy curating the whole vibe of the night, but they're giving out more money for the best costume.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't even think of that.
You know what I mean? And that's the meme I seen on Instagram, and it sat with me. I'm like, damn. I'm
It's
like,
true.
I would have
it's
said
sad.
something on the mic.
Or
They got to get people to the
I
club.
would've
man.
said
Yeah.
I know. I get it.
You know, I think also it's a combination of like, you know, DJs that, you know, because you have DJs that are doing it as a career, and then you have DJs who are young and they're not necessarily into it as a career yet, and they're just looking to be popping at that club, as opposed to the guys who are older and doing it as a career where it's their livelihood, and they're really doing it because they have a passion for playing music and rocking the crowd. So it's very frustrating, I think, for guys like that.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, I also think it's like this consistency is key, because you know that it's just, as long as you're consistent, as long as your worst set is better than a lot of people's best set, then you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the way I see it. But
And that's also why we're in the studio as much as we are, because one of the reasons we're in the studio as much as we are is because we realize that these days that the producer DJ thing has kind of become intertwined, and you know, you get a couple hits out, and all of a sudden you go from making $500 a night to $20,000 a night, and you know, so you gotta
Yeah, it's
if
a long
you wanna
road,
get
man.
that, you gotta know how to play the game. So that's why. Do we want to be not having no other lives? Sure, we'd love to be relaxing all day, but no, when we're not working at night, we're in the studio grinding all day because we want to make sure we fix that. And that's what a lot of the young DJs need to make sure they're doing is like, don't be mad, like be proactive and figure out the game and what do you got to do to step that rate up for yourself. And that's it. I think that these days the music production and creating content, mixtapes, all that stuff goes a long way. And a lot of DJs just sit there mad and they don't, instead of going and saying, instead of sitting around being mad for 2 hours, let me go make a mixtape.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got better at over the last
Well,
few years.
I think what everybody has to understand is that even though with social media and how there are overnight sensations, the DJ game and every industry has its own ecosystem, right? And the ecosystem sort of cleanses out the people who are really putting in the work from the people who aren't putting in the work.
Absolutely.
So you could be an overnight success, but if you don't put in the work, you get eliminated eventually.
Quick.
You know what I'm saying? So you have a very short span in the game. But if you're a person who has talent and you work hard at it, the ecosystem will keep you in the game because
Yeah,
you have the
a
talent.
lot
Consistency.
goes
and
into
it's
that.
also like moving with the times, because even like you think about like 4 years ago, like music changes, like the vibe. Like these days, it's like less about what songs. It's more like the vibe. Like you gotta like just do something to like get the energy popping. Like whether you on the mic, like I don't really get on the mic that much, but like I try to get it, popping in other ways. But like that's just, you just gotta get it, make it fun for the people. Like people go out to have fun.
Well, that's another thing I noticed too is
Yeah.
that every DJ's on the microphone now. Before DJs, not many DJs were on the microphone, but now
noticed that.
every club you go to,
Yeah.
they're
Especially
rocking the
Meatpacking.
Because their
microphone.
blending is not that good.
Well, that could be one thing, but they're having trouble. I think they're having trouble getting the
said it.
crowd to that point without using
that's
the
the thing.
microphone.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, because the music's a
I
little
like the
slower.
mic 'cause
And stuff.
I think of Kid Capri. Kid Capri is always the one I say favorite DJ. He was always crazy on the mic, but I agree. There's lots of DJs who talk too much, and then if you hear their actual DJ skills, they sound
And some spots don't even let you on the mic, so you gotta like PhD. They don't even let you on the mic there, so you gotta.
So you find it harder when you can't use the mic?
Nah. That's
using
what
mic's
makes
easier.
a great DJ as well. You don't have to use a mic, but you can talk through your music.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Absolutely.
I still do wordplay. I still, find, little tricks. And
Yeah, you play Specialize in Love.
Yeah.
That's you know what? That's the one I wrote that one down because I want to sample that one.
Yeah, it's a great record, man.
Yeah, he bodied that one.
That's a great.
That's
one,
like
yeah.
Larry
Classic.
I
Levine.
like Justice. I like
Played
all
I
that
Can't
stuff.
Wait. You play some classics.
Yeah.
But like I came up and I watched Dalton. You know what I mean? I watched MOS and
Beast MOS.
Cassidy at the time, Jusky at the time when I was like 18. I interned in the Hamptons. And I was doing like events and stuff out there, and those dudes were like DJing even back then, and like they were rocking. Like, but I don't know. Like now it's just different times.
Yeah, but
like,
we still here. MOS is still out here.
No. I'm
That's
just
the
saying.
best
But
thing
like
about
I
it. We're
remember
still
back
here.
then,
God
like
bless.
Again, the
people would
ecosystem, bro.
Yo, people were dancing like now it's like none of that shit like works, man. It's like so crazy.
Oh yeah. When it comes to playing the like you
Like
said,
old
like
school
new
set,
shoes
yeah.
in the big.
You can't
clubs.
do that in the club, man.
It's unfortunate. Yeah.
Like past 2006,
It is
2008.
I hope that it will some way come back.
It's like those records are like replaced with like different records, and it's like if you DJing for like a long time, like a record like Usher, yeah, like that might just seem like so washed to like someone who's been playing for like 10 years or something like that.
yeah,
but like those kids that are like 21 who like are going to those spots, like that record probably came
That's
out
their-
when they were
that's
like
their
10
old
years
school
old.
record.
So that's their.
So that's their like
Yeah, I
version of
think
that,
about
you
that
know.
all the
New
time.
shoes.
So that's
Usher, yeah.
I think about how music was like
What their
it was
classics
like
are.
Diddy,
Yeah.
Mace, Bad Boy Rockefeller, right? Rough Riders, Dipset, Terror Squad, Lil Jon, Soulja Boy, then all that shit, Snap Your Fingers, and then it comes to 2 Chainz and no, Lil Wayne and Drake, and so see how like music just
Yep.
like moved down like in the South, and like everything just got slower and slower. Over
It's like
time.
Biggie's a classic right now. Like
Yeah.
you play Biggie songs in the club now, nobody really knows it.
Yo, it's,
Yeah.
it's
Really knows
crazy.
it.
Or
It's
like
crazy.
the earlier Jay-Z stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, like
none of
you
that
can even
stuff.
get away with like I've even like equated that like like old school hip hop
Yeah.
maybe has kind of filled.
You know
the
what I do?
void
I
of
do-
what the new
I do,
shoes
like-
and,
Yep.
you know.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
noticing
pretty
though?
much like a replacement.
What I'm noticing though is like there's throwback parties now. You know, like the Monday at Gold Bar, the Wednesday at Catch.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's these throwback parties where they don't want to hear new stuff, and there's
Yeah.
these promoters that are taking people out that are cool with it. You know, like they want to go out to hear
That's the
classic
key.
hip hop.
Yeah, that's the key.
So
yeah.
like if you can get enough people in a room to appreciate that, you're gonna have a good night playing it.
yeah.
Because there's just a vibe with that hip hop that you don't get with the new hip hop.
It just feels good.
And I tell
I
you
mean, I
what,
try
you
to
can't
blend
be.
both, man.
I don't
I
think
do
you
that.
could be a young DJ and just get those records and play them. You had to like live through that
Yeah,
era
you have to, yeah,
play
you have to
those records.
understand
You got to
that, yeah.
understand the vibe. You know?
Yo.
That's actually what I always talk about these days with the music in the studio is I hate making trap music because whenever we make a trap beat, I don't feel anything. And I always tell everybody, I remember how I felt when I first heard Biggie and I first heard Nas and I first heard Jay, and I just felt like a type of way, like I was like obsessed with it. You know what I'm saying? And music is that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to give you a feeling, and yeah. And like there's still guys like J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick, like dudes like that. They're like the lineage of it in a way. But
You know who I miss from that era? Who started the era? Lupe.
Fiasco,
was,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
To
Lupe,
me, like,
the
Lupe
cool-
was like he was on his way.
His second
man.
album was
And
like
the
one of my
industry-
favorite
the
albums
industry
ever.
fucked him up, man. Because he was supposed to just make 3 albums. It was like a trilogy, and then like the last one they gave him a hard time because it was too conscious, and they wanted. That's when he did
got a little
the
weird,
trade
though. He
songs
got a little weird.
thing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
then he tried to save the world. I saw him on the train, on the C train.
Yeah, man.
It was one of those. Like, he knew like
At
I
first-
knew
at
he
first
was.
I-
And he's
Yeah.
like either one of those. Like I was like, everybody else is like, I don't know what the fuck he is. I was like, I
Yeah,
know
but
you.
music is supposed to. If you're making music, it's supposed to make you feel a type of way. If you don't get goosebumps, then you're not doing the right thing. Scratch it.
So
But
when you guys made Litcoin, you had that feeling.
Definitely. When we made the beat, hell yeah.
When we made the beat, we were crazy. It's a funny story.
You
too.
guys were jumping up and down in the studio.
Well,
drunk or
the studio was like Dalton's crib, so it's like we were. It was just one of those nights where we just were kind of on a vibe, and we made like 5 beats, and that beat we made in probably 10 minutes.
So is that something you
how it always
started?
happens.
Is it
Yeah.
just
It always
something you
happens that
started,
way.
like,
So-
oh, wow, we gotta finish this, and then
Well, we made the
you're there
beat
till
and
it's
then
done.
we went away, and then when I personally knew it was something, it was that Daytona was on the couch, and we were drinking Coquito, which is that like Christmas Hennessy.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah,
drink. So
yeah.
we got a
Yeah.
bottle of that. So me and him were getting drunk on that, And then I was we were
Coquito's
drinking
dope.
Coquito. And so we were on a weird wave, and I was walking back and forth between my bedroom, and Daytona was just sitting there kind of with his bopping his head. And then all of a sudden he was like, Litcoin. And when he said Litcoin, that's when I looked at him and I was like, that's when I knew it was going to be a hit right there. Like as soon as I heard him say Litcoin, I was like, okay, because that was right when Bitcoin and everything was popping, and he said Litcoin, and I just knew. I saw it. And it kind of just went from there. And then we also had Mitty come through and laid his verse, and it was just boom, boom.
Yeah,
But yeah, you got to get goosebumps from music, man. This trap shit doesn't give you goosebumps. Name me one fucking trap song that ever gave you goosebumps. I'll give you $1,000 right now. Tag us on the Instagram on the internet.
I actually fuck with the new trap heavy, but I feel
Travis
his
Scott
sentiment
doesn't
though.
even give you goosebumps, B. I mean, it makes you feel good.
I fuck with
It's
Travis
gangster as
heavy.
fuck.
No. So some of it does.
I actually no, but like it's different.
No.
Sicko Mode- Sicko
No.
Mode
The other one. Stop trying to be God.
I like
That
yo.
one
I
gives
mean,
me-
Travis is
Scott is one of the few who does actually.
yeah. I mean, yo, it's just to me, it's like you know, I fuck with all different types of music, so like I feel it different. But like the sentiment that Dalton's saying is true. But I like the new trap stuff. I do. I think we're at a point right now where it's kind of getting washed out a little. So I'm hoping like you're seeing the tempos go up. Like you know, like the new Kodak Black single is like 98 BPM. Like you know, like
I fuck with Kodak.
that shit.
That's the thing. We've been there, and we thought I thought it was gonna happen.
I
when,
thought it was
when
coming
Mustard
back, too.
came out and started doing that whole
Well,
100 BPM.
it did.
Well,
for
it
a
did,
while.
yeah, he had
It
a
did.
couple jams.
But there was nobody that
But it's a
followed him.
consistency.
Yeah, no
Mustard.
one followed it,
There was
yeah.
a time that
It's
you
a
were playing
consistency
20
of it.
Mustard records in one
That's
night.
the thing about a producer. I feel like producers do you guys think like rappers like if Kanye has mad hit records like you got to be a Drake and now you got to come out with mad hit records like
They're sitting
like
on
other-
them.
do y'all think of that or y'all just let Mustard fade out or y'all let like this dude Keith take Keith.
Well,
take
I
Keith.
mean, I'm definitely guilty of like say like take Keith this hot and then like I'll like roll up to Dawn's crib with like a pack of like 10 beats that sound like Take Keith and they'll be like dope
I hate
beats and
sounding
shit.
like
But like
other people.
but like be like, yo, these sound like Take Keith, but like, you know, I'm guilty of it because it's like, you know, it's like anything. It's like a balance, you know. It's
Yeah,
like
but
a
there's
balance.
also like the sounds that stick around.
Yeah,
for a
it's
while.
like, yeah, it's like
Everybody
yeah, it's
uses
like
the same
it's
sound.
more like the sounds
it's
that are
like
popular.
a battle between all the producers like which sound is gonna stick right pretty much.
Yeah.
I feel like Take Keith sounds.
But like to me, Take Keith's sound is like not really that innovative. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, it's not at all.
It's like I was actually thinking about that today. It was like I was comparing him to like somebody like even like Pierre Bourne, but like actually if Sinatra's watching this, he'll find it funny there because he says like I love Pierre Bourne like crazy, but
You do.
yeah, but like I feel like his sound like low key like influenced more people than Take Keith, but I don't know.
Well, how would you feel if someone came out with a record with like the horn from Litcoin?
With the actual horn,
Yeah, like sampling your horn, or
I'll be like,
it
yo,
would bother you?
hell no. I'll be like, yo, I'll be like, yo, I'll be like hype if it got popular because that means more publishing for us. But
Nah, yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like sample that all day. Like if Kanye took that or somebody, you know, people like it is what it is. But like it's funny too because like just like the horn beats too. Like they kind of like a couple of them are popping up here and there. You
You
know
can't
what
go
I mean?
wrong with horns ever. You can't
No.
go wrong
And like
with horns.
yeah, it's like it's just like
Classic records are made with horns.
I
can't go
had a
wrong.
friend of mine who went to Berkeley do like a frequency analysis on Litcoin. I'd be like, yo, why do people like this record? So it's like he was telling me it was like something about the frequency of the horn like pokes at like a certain thing and like that frequency is like pleasing to the human ear and like some wild shit. So
Yeah,
there's
the
there's
There's levels.
a
There's
science
levels
to
to
this
this
shit. Like there is, I mean, we weren't thinking of that when we made it, but you know,
I think we, for a New York-based production team, have created a cool sound for ourselves, and that's what I think I'm proud of. We have, we're not making stuff that sounds like everybody else, and I tell all producers to try to go out of their way, and DJs. It's harder as a DJ because you got to play the hits, you got to make. But if you're an artist, do whatever you can to be unique.
Is there any new artists besides Daytona or anybody that you're looking forward to working with or want to get at?
Yeah, I mean, God, there's a whole bunch. I mean, you got anybody say something?
Are people hitting
mean,
you up after Litcoin? Like, there's a lot of people hitting you up to do records?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was.
Unfortunately, not as many of them as
It
great as you might
in
think,
in
but-
the city right now, it's like once people are signed, it's like difficult to like once they're signed to like a major, not like even a major, but like even like it's just tough to like to work with artists once they're signed because then it's like shit just changes up. You got like, you gotta go through people's managers.
Because that's when there's money involved.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Until then, it's like there's no paper on the
I
table.
know, I know.
It's all the legwork, and then let's say Daytona gets signed. You
Yeah.
know, he's bringing you guys with him. Hopefully everything goes right, and
Yeah.
and you guys go with him,
Uh-huh.
and that's the time. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
There's an endless amount of talent out there. I think Anderson .Paak is somebody who's been like he's already blown, but he's somebody who I kind of want to get on a record randomly. Jasmine Sullivan again. Gosh, man. There's
like Dave East,
who's the girl who sings the I finally found being wrong. The hell is her name? There's one girl, another girl. You know what's funny with me is I'm actually bad with artist names because I DJ so much and about track titles, and I'm bad with the actual artist names. So like I feel bad about that, but there's a lot of people I'd like to work with right now, and but yeah. I think in general, like it goes back to what I said. I'm not forcing anything. I'm happy with the people who we do already have access to, and if more people come into our circle, then let that be the case. But right now, we're working with who we're already working with.
So what do you guys think is next for the DJ game?
Man, I already said it. Production. You gotta do the beats. You gotta create content. I don't think they're gonna create any artificial intelligence that's gonna be able to mimic what a DJ does, which is being able to see if a room is dying and get that feeling and saying, all right, I gotta fix this right now.
I agree. I agree.
That's why I think DJs will always be okay, because we
Yo, I
are computers. And
They tried that shit in Vegas. It didn't work out.
I think you can see more DJs pulling up
They
with
did?
controllers though. Like I just got the new Roland DJ 808, and like
No, I fuck with controllers.
that shit is tough. Like if I get nice on that, like I'll pull up to Avenue with that. Like
The
you know,
Pioneer SZ is just like
Yeah,
you're
it's-
playing
Yeah.
it right there.
yeah, it's like so. I think that you might see that a lot. in terms
What
of-
about using sync?
what's that?
Using the sync button.
I mean, I don't do it, but I mean, if
use
people
that.
want to do it, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever works, you know.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the sync's there to use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it's gonna make a DJ
I mean,
sound better, and I'm out, and I'm
you-
having a good time,
you
I
have-
want to hear.
Yeah,
good
especially
music,
when
use it.
You have a lot of reputable, like big name house DJs that have been around for decades that are using sync. You know, like they're running all their tracks through the beat mapping, and then they're using like Tractor, and they're just, you know.
Well, also
Yeah.
some of these DJs on these main stages for thousands of people, like you can't. It's impossible to make the lights and all the pyro stuff go without having a mix done. So they're basically up there faking the funk, but you know, you got a big show, you have lights, you have smoke, you have fire going off. You can't. It's impossible for somebody to be there and doing all that stuff
Yeah.
live. That stuff is.
I mean, I
played
think
out.
for
Explosion going off in front
for an
Yeah,
open
no.
format hip hop DJ, it's harder to use the sync button. I would think.
Yeah, nah.
You know,
I
like
agree.
if you're flowing. and
Well, yeah,
banging through
I mean,
records.
honestly, like speaking for myself, I was like, I never planned my set out. Not, I know some DJs do, but like, I feel like,
You can't. It's impossible.
yeah, for like open format, like I think that's the big factor in terms of why, like,
You got to
I
be able to
wouldn't
switch it
gravitate
up on
that.
the
Yeah,
fly.
yeah. I mean, you know, you got your crates and stuff, but I think that's the big thing. The house DJs, I feel like if you're a house DJ, you might just have like a set already ready to go.
You know what? The only time I put a set together was like for Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
places
but-
like that, cause like like
Well, you know you're gonna go in the room. You know it's gonna be packed. You know you have an opener, and you're there to play the prime time. You know. But if you're
it's-
going into a room in New York City with like a set in mind, and you get there, what if it's empty? You're still gonna go through that set. You have to.
Sometimes
You're gonna
what I
have to
do is
wait.
I use
Yeah, in the
what I
city
would
is
do is
hard.
I might use for
Yeah.
the opening. Sometimes I for the opening do it like have a set thing because I know like all right, I don't want to burn everything.
Yep.
So I have a like sort of a routine opening set.
Yeah, you
and
got
then
that
once
crate.
I get them going, then I start freestyling.
Yep.
You know, I don't. Yeah, basically.
people don't wait anymore, man. People want to hear like sicko mode at like 11:45.
But you know what? You're also hearing that song 3 times throughout the night.
Yeah,
You know,
I kind of just I kind of like maybe last year I was like I just got into a whole mode of like yo I'm gonna play songs like 3 times a night.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was never like that. I was always that guy. Yo,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want.
I was
I
never
don't
like
want
that
to
either,
play
yeah, yeah.
songs more than once. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
build up some anticipation, drop the song, get the reaction, and move on to the next one. But now I'll play a song twice. You know,
Yeah,
I'll play
that was the
something.
old school way to be. You would hold the hits to the end.
Yeah.
I still have that
I
problem.
still have that.
I still try to
do
when they
that
like
too.
play it. I'm like, nah, man, I'm saving it. You gotta earn this shit. I'm not giving you this right
Yeah,
now.
wait for it.
Yeah.
Man. Let
There's
them
so
wait
much
for it.
music too. So
I know
mean,
wait
that
for
too,
it.
man.
Wait
There's
for
so
it.
much
Like, what do
music
want?
that you
want
can
know.
play.
Load it
So
at
like,
1 a.m.
if you know how to hold the crowd, like we all had those times where we flowing and they're going wherever you're going. Like
Yeah, that's the-
every genre. And then when you finally drop sicko mode at like 2:45, oh man.
And there's no feeling like
You
that.
gotta hold
And
out.
then the light guy's in it, and he looks at you like
He's like, we about to do it.
It's crazy.
We're
You
gonna
wait.
take
You wait.
off,
You wait
fellas.
all night for 3 minutes.
That's what.
Yeah,
that's
right?
what- listen, man. Any of you young DJs that think that's not the way to be, you're wrong. You gotta save the hits, man. Learn how to. Even obviously sometimes the club owners are gonna make you do it, but if you have the ability to save them and hold it as long as you can.
it's like eating
timing
food and you have 4 chicken wings. You got mad rice. And you ate like 3.5 chicken wings. You got mad rice left over. And you want that chicken. You want chicken, and you look at your boys, and they all having their chicken. You like, damn. Like hold on to it.
That's a good.
That's
That's a
it.
good one.
Yeah.
Hold on to that.
You know, there's the timing on all these records. Like I watch people's Instagram stories and I see openers burning DJs constantly. But like he'll be like, look, he actually put it up. I forgot what DJ it was, but he was like, look, he's playing sicko mode right now. Or he was playing like one of them hot records, and there was no reaction at 11 o'clock. He's like, it was a waste.
Horrible.
But then when the DJ gets on, when the primetime DJ gets on and plays it, it's less of a reaction. You know.
Yo, when I first started DJing, I used to open for him, MOS, and I remember doing Oak. And I used to always go based off of time. Like, if it's like 12:30, I'm like, all right, I gotta go, right? Yo, room is empty, I'm playing. This is when We Found Love came out. That shit is going off in an empty ass one. MOS shows up with his bag, he's like, yo,
relax, buddy.
what you doing, bro? Like,
Nah, back in the day, you would get
Yo,
smacked.
and then
I remember the days you would get smacked for that.
he gets on and he plays Mariah Carey, Make It Happen. Like, he brought me back. Like,
Yeah.
And right there
Well,
and
that's
then,
because he's
when
an
I realized
amazing
that was a
DJ
learning moment
and,
for you.
and he
It was a
knows how to
super learning
reset a
moment.
room.
Yeah.
You got to know how to reset a room,
And I
especially
learned- and I
now when you're
learned
getting
that. I'm
burned.
like, wow,
But we've
okay.
all been there, you know, like
I was
because
going
when
in, yo.
when it's early on and you're first getting your opportunities to DJ, and you're not DJing the prime time, and you want to play those records, you know.
I always say this:
You
if
learn.
you ain't a good opener, there's no way you could be a good closer in this game. If you have to know how to open, if you think you're going to be able to close clubs.
I've thrown Dalton, many DJs, some great.
Yo, I don't even
Yeah.
have
And you gotta
openers these
catch 'em,
days.
'cause
Like I won't.
Because I have that. I can open.
That's
with a
great.
set where it's like, yo,
You don't, because a lot of
and then
people
not
don't
play a
give.
hit record.
They
You know
don't
what I
give
mean? Like, I
enough
will save you
respect.
everything.
They don't give enough credit or respect to openers. Openers set the vibe of the
Yeah.
whole night. Especially,
Opening is cool too.
I honestly
Opening
don't.
can be
I
cool.
don't prefer opener
I'm
because of that.
I'm like taking dates for November, December, and I'm DJing all night. I don't want no
Yeah,
opening.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
word.
start
You don't
at
want
10
no
o'clock,
opening.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
end
Or,
at 4
or
o'clock.
what I do,
Yeah.
like
and
if
that's
I
it.
go to like
Hell yeah.
out of state bookings or venues for the first time, I'll just show up early.
Yeah.
I'll just show up early.
So you
like
can
I
hear
did
what he's
that.
playing.
Yeah, I did that in Arizona. I showed up mad early with like 10 people and just chilled. They gave me a bottle and I just felt the vibe he was setting, and I was like, all right. Because sometimes it's hard to come in a room and you just get on. You know what I mean? It's like you don't know what he played or what
No,
kind of
yeah, it's
vibe,
important to get there at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
A half hour, 45 minutes.
And that's if you care, man. These are all DJ things, man. These are all like I used to. If I know I'm a DJ a spot in the city for the first time, I'm gonna go there the week before
And check
on
it
that
out,
night.
yeah.
Check it out.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those are just little things you do, man. And
Yeah.
Market research.
Word.
Homework.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, that's
Do a
good,
little
man.
homework.
Tking for coming down
Yeah,
again.
man.
You know,
Yeah,
It was
appreciate
nice
appreciate
meeting
you
you.
having.
Forward
Yeah,
to it.
appreciate you
Yeah,
having.
always
us.
look forward to coming over.
Definitely,
You guys
man.
is
I was
dope. You guys
hyped.
dope.
I was hyped to come down here and do this when
I did
Dalton
a
told
Wu
me.
Tang
so.
set. He was in. Like, we get to play shit. He was like.
I was like,
let's go
yo,
left
Dalton,
field
let's
tomorrow.
like not
all
play
right.
anything
It
we
was
would play at
good.
the club.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
Let's just
hell
have
That's
fun.
that's
You know what I mean?
exactly
Yeah,
why.
man.
That's exactly why we do this, because I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like when you now in the nightclubs,
Yo,
it's I
same
feel like
shit.
you're
Crazy.
controlled by management, because look, they gotta sell, they gotta make money, right? They're spending big money on rents in New York City, so they gotta keep clients happy.
Yep.
And we built this place because it's like a release for a DJ to come here and just let loose and play whatever he really wants.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing, man. We play like 200, 300 songs, right? And we have like over 25,000 songs on our computer, and it's, you know what I mean? Like
I know.
sometimes I download like disco discography or like Mary J. Blige hits, like, but I'm like, damn, like where am I really? I mean, always have something. You always have these
Yeah.
records, but it's like It's getting to a point
when
where
do you have the
we
opportunity
play
to
like
play them?
300 records.
That's why
literally.
like some events are
over
cool, you know, like
20,000.
the event work. You get to
Yeah,
play
and
like
the wedding and all that shit,
Yeah.
all that shit, man. I take it all, man.
That's why I love the private gigs.
Even like those spots like Troy and all that, like
that's not true, bro. There's a lot of breakdown set up. There's a lot
When you're
of
doing
stuff
the
that
big-
goes on those
that's a
events.
different side.
When
yeah.
you're doing the big ones, yeah.
No, those events like yo, D Nice mastered that shit, yo. Like,
Yeah.
he transitioned into the event world and like he told me he was like, yeah, he wanted to change his hours. Like he's tired of getting out at 4.
Well, speaking of MOS and KISS do a ton of
Yeah,
events.
yeah.
They do
But
a
yeah,
ton of
yeah.
events.
Hell yeah.
Because people actually dance to music at events.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you could play so many different styles of
Yeah.
music. You're
Yeah.
not
Nah,
just
it's cool.
We're actually currently expanding our private event side of the gifted program. We actually for the first time have a full-time staff working for us.
I know she hit me up.
Oh yeah.
She's
name
like,
Laura?
"Yeah, I want to get my guys on." Yeah, I think it was Laura something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out
And
to
I was
Laura.
like, "Yeah, they're on this Tuesday."
Oh good. So she's grinding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause you know we had to build the company slowly. We couldn't afford.
Listen,
a
man, we
full-time
gifted
staff.
program, man.
Now
Listen,
we're,
we started in the
Go.
couch. You was on the couch, right? And it was like 50 of us, and then it's like ecosystem, right? And it trickled down to like
who's here now.
Right
but
now,
we're
like-
expanding into the private events because agreed. You get to
No
show
shade,
Your,
I'm
you
just
get to
saying.
show
Yeah.
your eclectic skills of a DJ doing the events.
And
Range.
I also want to say shout out to Dalton for even putting this together because in this game in New York, like people don't look out for people. Like they just don't.
No, it's
Like,
real.
And
It's
the
real.
fact that he did.
It's a very
and
selfish
at the
business.
And at the time, he put on
no
like
reason.
4 or 5 of us, like right
Yeah,
into. They
yeah.
were like, "Oh, you guys are good. Okay, here, yo, you're doing catch next week. You're doing this and that." So it's
he
like,
didn't have to do that.
that's
It all
what people
comes
like
back.
don't realize. Like he did that, and like
Yeah.
They're my
nobody
brothers,
was,
though. I
and
respect
nobody
them.
was
I
doing
respect
that.
them so much, man. And that's it. Me and Charlie always said wasn't only about money for us. Like we believe in karma, you know. And when neither of us were perfect in life, but one thing we felt TGP was a good karma thing for us. Any opportunity we get, including young producers. I'm working with my boy Charm, Lean. I like meeting kids who are willing to put it all on the line and say, this is what I'm doing. I'm not doing this as a side thing. And because I respect that, me and Charlie want to make sure we help them out as much as we can. And that's it, man.
So what places? Let's get a little rundown of where the gifted program is currently booking. Like where are you booking these DJs?
So shout out, the biggest shout out we got to give is Tao Group in New York at least, because you know we've basically become one of their primary bookers. Charlie's also an investor in the Butter Group, who's my business partner. So we work a lot with Butter. Still working with EMM. We're at Bounce regularly. We're at Sons of Essex. You know,
Public Hotel,
public hotels.
Red Rabbit.
Red Rabbit. We basically work everywhere that's popping in the city, man. And especially the Tao Group alone has Avenue, Marquee, PhD, Moxie Hotels, which I actually like because it's smooth, it's a low key on the west side. Tao,
Lavo,
Lavo.
Marquee. You said Marquee.
Yeah, so like a Tao Group alone has 6 or 7 clubs, man. And then
And they opening more too.
yeah, and then you know we also have animals. So we're repping New York hard, and I got a little presence in Miami. Juss is out in LA a lot. We go out to I do Avenue in LA. Chicago. We've been going out to Chicago to do Bounce Chicago, and Tao also just opened up out there. So Chicago's on the radar.
What about LA? You out there?
Yeah. We me and Juss are out there pretty regularly. Turbz been out there too. It's it's the same thing how it is. They don't fly to DJs as much as they used to, so they got their regular guys. But we go out there maybe once every 2 months. And yeah, so basically that we work with those companies, and right now currently we're in the process. Like we said, we just hired this full-time staff, and the agenda with that is to expand in the private events and to markets that we're not in. But luckily, we're in New York heavy, which is the biggest media market in the world, and we're happy to be here, and we don't take it for granted. And that's it, man. We're gonna use what we do here to capitalize. We're not anywhere near done. We've been doing this a while, but to us, we all look at it like we're just getting started. You know, for real, music production wise and DJ wise. So
That's dope.
yeah, man.
All right.
Well, thanks again for coming down.
Thanks for having us,
Thank you.
guys.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you guys.
Appreciate
Dope,
you guys.
man.
Appreciate you guys having us. Definitely.
I want the edits, B.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Shout out to all the
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to all the
Me
people
too,
out
too.
there.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
If you
Send
don't
it
share
back.
them, I understand.
No.
You share them,
Yo,
you share
I got.
them.
I like forgot I had all of those. I got
some too. I got
Yeah,
some
yeah,
too,
we can
so-
trade up.
Hey, go grab those
set up.
singles, Litcoin and Have You, produced by the Gifted
And
program.
stream them
on all
on
streaming
repeat.
platforms.
Stream them.
Yeah.
Litcoin and Have You, produced by the Gifted.
And also
program.
have you video on the way soon,
Oh yeah,
right?
music, Have You official music video is actually supposed to be sent to me today, so it's gonna be dropping.
Damn,
any
you
minute.
shot it already? You didn't need no extras?
Nah, but, I did want to air it here today actually, but we didn't. I don't know if we got the final one.
It's all right.
But Much love out there, people.
Give it up. Gifted program came down to the Function House. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.